Viewers like you make this program possible. Support your local PBS station.
This program contains detailed scenes of animal reproductive procedures. Viewer discretion is advised.
Dung beetles! I am super excited about this. Dung beetles. Be great to shoot for the arc. It's so juicy and good. There he is. See that? See how that poop looks like it's breathing? Holy cow, he's massive.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The little poop lover. Look at how big this guy is. Holy cow. Look at that. He's nice. Very nice. We want to get him before he extends his wings, because he'll fly off. This pile of poop makes the whole hike worthwhile right here.
Really?
Oh, God, yes. This is fantastic.
Oh, good.
No, I mean, like, look at this. They're just beautiful. They're like little gems. They're just little diamonds, you know, just little jewels in here hiding in poop. Be nice to find a third species. I thought I saw a third species up here.
So you got the black one, the green one.
Uh-huh. I thought I saw a brown one up here. Pretty scientific, huh? Black, green, brown. Look at that. There's a lot of stuff coming with this pile of poop. Hey, could you stir that up and we'll just see if we get see yet another species in there?
Oh, look at them.
Holy cow, there's another one, a red one.
The red one, yep.
Yep. Wow.
Another one if you want the red one again.
Yeah. 3 species of dung beetle, maybe 4.
Maybe 4, yeah, at least 3.
Whoa, get back in there. Do you think my water bottle's gonna be nice to drink out of later?
Your water bottle.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a little juicy. All right, I'm totally excited. Got our afternoon full now. Dung beetle photographer, that's me.
Yep.
Beats hiking. You know, I think I have the best job in the world. Can we just camp here? Most days. I'm traveling the globe to photograph the world's rarest creatures. And that means getting very close to all kinds of species. Wow, she's big. Holy cow, she's massive. I'm Joel Sartore, and I've been a National Geographic photographer for more than 25 years now. The pictures that have always meant the most to me are the ones that deal with vanishing places and animals, things that might not be around for much longer. For the last 11 years, I've been collecting photographs for something I call the Photo Arc. The Photo Arc is the most comprehensive photographic record of the world's biodiversity ever made using studio portraits. Almost a third of all animals are threatened with extinction, and it's folly to think we can drive half of everything else to extinction, but that people will be just fine. That's why I created the Photo Arc. I've seen how photos can lead to real change. There he goes. Pictures I've made of parrots in South America and koalas in Australia help pressure local governments to protect these animals. So I'll go anywhere, from China to Spain to Cameroon, to work with the people who will do whatever it takes to save these creatures.
There we go.
By looking animals directly in the eye, I hope that my photos reach people on an emotional level. Because you won't save what you don't love. China. I've always wanted to come. The history, the people, the food. It's a fascinating country, one that produces almost a quarter of the world's goods. But that's taken a heavy toll on the environment and the wildlife here. 2 of the very rarest animals on Earth live here. I hope to add them to the Photo Arc to get people excited about them. One is the Yangtze giant softshell turtle, the rarest turtle in the world, with just 3 left on the planet. The other is the South China tiger, a tiger subspecies that hasn't been seen in the wild for more than 3 decades. At the beginning of the 20th century, there were 9 subspecies of tiger. 3 were hunted to extinction, and I photographed 4 of the remaining 6. Tigers are so cool. Their stripes, their colors, their teeth. One of the species I already have in the photo arc is the Amur tiger, the biggest cat in the world. More than 10 feet long and weighing over 600 pounds, Amur tigers can leap a remarkable 25 feet to take down prey. But even with these amazing survival tools, tigers are among the most threatened felines. Tigers need lots of habitat, and yet they've lost more than 93% of their historic range. And it's easy to see how just looking out the window near Shanghai. Around 3 billion people now live in the same part of Asia where tigers used to live. So at the Suzhou South China Tiger Breeding Center, about 60 miles west of Shanghai, scientists are working to save the subspecies. I have a question for Mr. Li. So, how many South China tigers are left in the wild now?
将近30年，就是没有发现野外个体了。
And how many South China tigers did they start the breeding program with? Like, what's the total number of founders?
应该是讲我们华南虎这个物种，最开始就是6个虎。
So 6 tigers.
Yeah.
This got down to 6 tigers gives us the 100 that are in captivity today.
Right.
And none in the wild, probably.
No, yeah.
Wow.
They're all the offsprings from the 6.
Every photo arc setup is different, but it's always a black or white background. We can get light through there, light through there. Thought about hanging a cloth. It's quick and easy. But the best background for a big cat is a painted wall. All right. It makes the best pictures, and it's not going anywhere. That's right, in there.
So you will go in there.
I will go in there. You'll lock me in.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you say tiger?
老虎.
老虎.
But do you want to learn how to say South China tiger?
Sure.
华南虎.
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 华南虎. Pretty good, huh? They're laughing at me. Okay. Here we go. 华南虎. Oh, it's going on nice. How do you say going on nice in Chinese? Forget it. I'll never remember. All right. That's it, lunchtime. The backdrop, even if I have to paint it, is usually the easiest part of the photo shoot. But in the case of the Yangtze giant softshell turtle, I have to try something completely different. With only 3 left on the planet, the only hope for these turtles is to breed them. Scientists will attempt to artificially inseminate the female. During the process, they need to put the turtles into recovery tanks. And I figured, well, why not make sure the recovery tanks are appropriate for the photo arc? So we got the zoo a pair of tanks, one white, one black, and they're gonna put these guys in there, and it gives us our only chance to get pictures of this species for the photo arc. Just like the tiger, this freshwater turtle has had to deal with a rapidly growing human population and rampant development. They've been hunted for subsistence for decades and poached for trade, with the remaining turtles sharing a more polluted home. The last known female was brought to the Suzhou Zoo in 2008 to mate with one of the 2 remaining males. But every clutch of eggs since has been infertile. So this international team of scientists/matchmakers are attempting a last-ditch effort to save the species. Dr. Gerald Cookling from the Turtle Survival Alliance is working with Dr. Barbara Durant, a reproductive physiology specialist from the San Diego Zoo. They're going to try to extract semen from the male and artificially impregnate the female. Okay, so they spent the night draining the pond, and there's one puddle of water down here that the big male's hiding in. It makes for an easy capture when they have to grab him to do this breeding. He's just massive. The world's largest freshwater turtle. This is one of the highest pressure moments I've ever photographed. I mean, there are only 3 of these guys left in the whole world. This is the only chance I'll ever have. When you get down to the last of something, people are really, really uptight, and rightfully so.
Put it down, drop it, slow. Slow, go a little bit faster. There we go.
It's just not a pleasant situation to be in. But if we get good pictures of them in these things, be a really good record if the species doesn't make it. So I just want to take my pictures and stay out of the way, and I'll be really glad when the day's over. The Yangtze giant softshell turtle once flourished in China and Vietnam, but today the species is on life support. Measuring over 3 feet in length and weighing up to more than 200 pounds, it was discovered less than 150 years ago. You know, the amazing thing about these turtles is we don't really know how old they are. What we have heard is that this female was saved by a circus owner from a meat market in the 1930s and lived for 60 years at the Changsha Zoo. Females can lay from 40 to 100 eggs at a time, whether they mate or not. So to actually make babies, the male needs to fertilize the eggs.
Still moving a little bit, but I thought we should start position.
再往后一点点，再把它提往后一点点提。差不多。可以吗 ？OK。
All right. Hello. He's dropping his penis a little bit as a result of the anesthesia. He's relaxing. So this is a good thing. This is normal. When it extends out farther, we'll gently take a hold of it. I'm going to clean it. We want to make sure none of this debris falls into the ejaculate, to contaminate the ejaculate.
Okay.
Okay. I have it. I have it.
Okay, I correct it again.
He's pretty clean.
No. No, I have to go in here.
They are not vibrators. They're just electrostimulators. And we're just stimulating the muscles and the glands.
Looks a little bit more sticky now.
Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. I'm going to do a smear. I'm just checking this. There was a drip coming off the end of his penis, and it looked thick, viscous, so there was possibly sperm in it.
They're using electrostimulation to get sperm. It's part of the artificial insemination procedure they developed specifically for these 2 turtles, and one of the very few attempts ever tried on any turtles or tortoises.
Sperm. They're very small.
So small is okay.
Yeah, the few that I see are motile.
Motile means the sperm are moving, which is great, but it won't work unless they have a lot more volume to inseminate with.
Okay, there's a good reaction. I'm going to go up another step. So I'm up in the, I'm about 13 to 18 volts now. Follow the tip of his penis everywhere it goes. Okay, we have a drip coming. Don't lose that drip. Every sperm is precious. Okay, I'm going up a step.
Okay.
Are we getting some volume? I can't see.
We get some, but not much. Okay, we stop now and just wait and let it drip.
Yeah, let me look. See, this is a very small volume. And that's
So look what you see.
just a very tiny bit of it. I'm not seeing any sperm yet.
Joel, are you doing another cycle, or this is it?
There's
Wait
no
a little
sperm.
bit.
There's no sperm.
So should we prepare to reverse?
Yes,
Yeah, I think we're done.
because if I would have another suggestion what to do.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
So they couldn't get any more sperm. They just don't have enough to even try to inseminate the female at this point.
I don't think we continue.
No, I agree. No.
Careful, 小心，小心。
So this is how extinction happens right here. I mean, you got one male in captivity and one female, and it's a little bit like a football team throwing a Hail Mary pass right at the end of the game. Well, sometimes it doesn't work out. So yeah, this is really not good.
Unfortunately, I consider it to be a bit of a failure, but you cannot expect the best results every time you try. Since it's the last chance for the largest freshwater turtle in the world, we certainly will not give up.
This is a very emotional thing for all of us. We feel very strongly that they are in this situation because of humans. It's our responsibility to save them. For us, there's only one thing to do, and that is to keep working to save one species at a time. As long as there is a male and a female, we're going to continue to work on this.
I was pretty disappointed that they couldn't even attempt the insemination. But I was relieved that we got him into the photo arc and that people can see what they looked like for all time. I'm hoping for a better outcome with our tiger. Now that the paint is dried, it's time for me to meet her.
Okay, they're gonna lock the door now.
All right, lock me in.
锁吧.
Most of the time, I set up my own lights, but there are two enclosures here, one for me and one for the tiger. Because of how these enclosures are set up, I have to be locked inside mine before they can shift the tiger in.
The door is locked now, Joe.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Should they start showing the tiger in now?
Yes.
Okay.
Bring the tiger in. It should come in.
Want me to set up the lights now?
Is the tiger in?
Yeah.
She's in there?
Yes.
Holy cow. Wow, she's big. Holy cow. She's massive and beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Holy cow. Okay.
The door is locked, right?
That means my translator, fixer, photo assistant, Elaine, has to set up the lights. And this will be her first time ever. That's it, yes. Tighten it like that.
You can see me. Okay.
Yeah.
We need to.
How are you feeling?
I'm a little terrified. Trying to stay as calm. Okay, that's 73. That's good.
Tighten it like that.
How about now, Joel?
Yeah. Now, stand there and point it down at her head, right down at her head. Dial it down to 3.
3, 3?
3, 3 is fine, sure. And then point it down even more. Downward, almost straight down. Hold it, no, hold it up there along the wall, but point it straight down at the cat. Is the short light on the softbox, is that pointed at the tiger? Now is it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, is the light pointed at the tiger still?
The standing one, yes, but not the one I'm holding.
All right, increase the power on the one on the stand. What's it on now?
It's 5-3.
5-3, okay. Knock it up to 6-3. Make sure it's pointed at the tiger.
Yeah.
Okay, and now just, if you can summon the nerves.
All right.
Go ahead and try it again with your light. Real slow, real slow. This is kind of frustrating because it's hard to give directions while I'm inside a cage.
A little scared.
Just point it at the tiger.
I'm worried that I won't be able to point the light to the direct spot that Joel want the picture to be.
Okay.
To be shot at.
So point it straight down.
Yeah.
More down, more downward. That's it. Good. Good, good. Okay, keep it up. Okay. Nice. Okay, very good. Very good. Keep it up. Are your arms getting tired, Elaine?
It's fine. How? It's fine. Thanks for asking, though.
You're welcome. I care, you know. Okay, now the lights are working perfect. It's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that looks good. That's one of the nicest tiger pictures I've ever got. Look at that, just in a little dappled light, looking beautiful. The eyes are all glowy, the whiskers stand out. All the way to China to get a tiger and a turtle. It's worth coming here for, totally. Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm glad that's over. Tigers aren't just beautiful. As top predators, they're critical players in their habitats. They keep populations of prey species in check, which helps maintain balance throughout their entire ecosystem. Put simply, when keystone species like tigers thrive, the whole system thrives. But today, tigers and most of the world's big cats are threatened, if not endangered. And their smaller cousins are having a tough time out there too. I've come to Spain on assignment for National Geographic magazine to shoot one of the rarest small cats in the world, and to meet the people who are racing the clock to bring its numbers back up. This Mediterranean scrubland, similar to the chaparral in California, is home to the Iberian Lynx. They're a top predator here, and at about 30 pounds, they're 3 times the size of the average house cat. Just 15 years ago, their numbers were fewer than 100. To understand what happened to the Iberian Lynx, you first need to know the twisted tale of the European rabbit. That's because the rabbit makes up about 90% of the lynx diet. Back in 1952, in France, a man in retirement was tired of rabbits eating away his country garden, and he wasn't alone. That man had retired from a career in infectious diseases, and he had a plan. He released something called the myxoma virus, and his wild European rabbit problem quickly disappeared. But within 2 years, so did 90% of the wild rabbits in France. It may seem strange today, but back then he was a hero, and even got a medal. But as they celebrated, the virus spread to nearby Spain and Portugal, and wild rabbit populations crashed. Then in the 1980s, another deadly virus swept the region, knocking rabbit numbers even lower. By 2014, 80 to 90% of rabbits on the Iberian Peninsula were gone, and the population of the Iberian lynx was in real peril. When I started the Ark, it was the most endangered cat in the world. I never thought I'd get a chance to photograph this lynx. But luckily, one of these cats has recently been relocated from a breeding center to the Madrid Zoo. Now, some animals are skittish when they see us, and this cat is no exception. He's super sensitive to our presence. The best way not to stress this lynx and still get the shot is to just disappear. So I've got this huge cloth to create a kind of blind that I can hide behind. 8 feet tall and 25 feet long, this thing has helped me make so many images over the years, mostly as a backdrop for some of the biggest animals I've ever photographed. I first used it for a giraffe, but it's also helped with elephants, goats, rhinos, zebras, you name it. We're going to let this skittish kitty get used to the black cloth and settle down, which frees me up to photograph some other amazing species here at the Madrid Zoo. A rare imperial eagle, native to the Iberian Peninsula. A variety of rare ungulates, including one of the rarest, named after the priest who saved it, a Père David's deer. The European bison.
I'm going to do it quickly.
And this little guy, the European mink.
Just calming down.
It's better, huh?
Yeah. Good idea.
Let's look. There.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. That one. There, the whiskers fit, everything fits. That looks good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. All done.
You're welcome.
The lynx never moved after lying down, so I didn't get the clean shot I wanted. Now, most of the animals I photograph are cooperative subjects and pose really well. What do you think? That look pretty good? There are exceptions, though. Even with cooperative animals, backgrounds are challenging. For example, you just can't put cloth under most hooved animals' feet. They may slip, and I'm not going to take the risk. So if I can't paint, or there's poop, or there's another problem, that's when I use Photoshop. The goal is to end up with a clear portrait of the animal with nothing but pure black or pure white around them. I want to eliminate all distractions to get people to focus. To fully tell the story of the lynx, I've got to shoot at one of the places that helped save it. Oopsie. With lynx numbers so low, the species needed a major intervention, and La Olivia, a lynx breeding center about 3 hours south of Madrid, has been working since 2007 to bring the cat back from near extinction. And like any breeding center worth its salt, every precaution to prevent the transmission of disease is taken.
Got big feet. These barely fit. Oops.
Oh,
It's really little. I'll be careful.
Because these are very thin.
Thin's good. So it's gonna be 100 degrees. Okay. I'm starting an old-fashioned trend. Good thing I got clothes on under it, because it's see-through. There's some things you just can't unsee, if you know what I mean. All right.
It's not enough just to breed the lynx and then release them into the wild.
That's breakfast. Rabbit, huh?
The lynx need to learn skills that will help them survive in the wild. And the most important and basic skill is hunting rabbits.
Okay.
To document that, I'm going to get into this blind to photograph the hunt. An adult male needs a rabbit a day, while a female raising kittens requires 3. The daily feeding literally helps teach lynx how to be lynx. The rabbit has no clue what's going on. Probably a good thing. Frolicking, foraging. She sees it. I've photographed predator prey in the wild for a couple decades. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, it usually happens a mile away. And the rabbit's kind of yelling, running around, and never heard a rabbit vocalize like that either. I had no idea they had a voice. So this was something. And this is really important for these cats so they can train to go back out in the wild. They have to know how to find and hunt rabbits on their own. They can't be fed dead rabbits, not if they want to survive in the wild. They have to learn how to track and hunt and kill live prey. 15 years ago, there were less than 100 Iberian lynx. Today, because of programs like this one, there are over 4 times that number in the wild, with 45 released last year and another 40 planned for this year. Most important, those released are thriving and raising families themselves in the wild.
I feel very happy because the numbers are increasing, the populations are increasing. I can't still feel comfortable at all. Work is not done, so we can relax and say, oh, it's done, it's marvelous.
Right. Because of Maria Jose and the hundreds of people involved in the recovery, the Iberian lynx is on its way to having a self-sustaining wild population. One that doesn't need breeding centers anymore. On this trip, I've already added animals I never thought I'd get for the Ark. The Yangtze giant softshell turtle, the South China tiger, and the Iberian lynx. But now I have the chance for something even more elusive, the rarest gorilla on Earth. From Spain, I arranged to head south to Africa to meet people on the front lines working to save this remarkable animal. This is Cameroon in West Africa. This mountain rainforest is home to the Cross River gorilla. Not only is it rare, seeing one in the wild is next to impossible. I'm in the middle of the Kagwene Gorilla Sanctuary, an extremely rugged pocket of jungle near the border of Nigeria and Cameroon. For the next 3 days, I'll join scientists from the Wildlife Conservation Society and local trackers traversing some 30 miles of grueling terrain in search of the Cross River gorilla. Very few human beings have ever laid eyes on one in the wild. It's so rare, even the trackers have hardly ever seen them. So that's our camp over there, around this to right here. That took a half hour. I'm spent. So we have hours to go, and we have to go around that big mountain over there, which they call just a rock. It's not a rock, it's a mountain. So then once we get over there in a few hours, we can start looking for the gorillas. Okay, here we go. Are we blazing a new trail, or is this an existing trail, or what?
We're blazing new ground here. Yeah.
Ouch. Oh, ouch. Stickers. Can we sit for a minute?
So, Joel, take it easy.
Pius, so this is this just another day at the office for you? Just no problem?
Yes, under all circumstances, this is how we work.
This is it?
Yes,
every day.
This is what it takes to get to see the gorillas.
You remember, you know, like when you work in the city and you work in an office and you live in it, and then you get on the bus and you get on the train.
Yeah.
You neither like nor dislike it. It's just how you get to work. So this is how we get to work.
Right.
You know, you just do it, and then you get there, and then you start work.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
You know?
You don't even think about it then.
No, this is just the way to work.
But see, your last job where you had to wade through a leech-infested swamp this deep in the Congo to get to bonobos every day at 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
That's just how you get to work.
That's right. That was just the way you get to work. Yeah.
There's something wrong with you, man. There's something seriously wrong with you. We've got 2 main goals on this hike. The first is to get out of here without me dying. The other goal is to see the gorillas, or at least see how scientists track and study the most elusive great ape on the planet. World's worst hiker coming through.
The slope is a little bit complicated, so we're going to change direction, go back a little bit, and try to find a path along the ridge. He doesn't like the look of that.
He doesn't like the look of it?
Yeah.
I don't like the look of it either.
We'll just wait here.
We'll camp here.
I think it looks worse to me.
God, this is worse. This is straight down. Holy buckets.
I think the issue was rocks.
You could get my body out of here, couldn't you?
The body, we wouldn't make much effort for that. We just bury you here.
Jesus H. I'm adapting to life in the jungle right now. I'm turning into a gorilla. Got a little fan going. It's nice.
In about 20 minutes, we'll be at the nest site where they woke up yesterday.
Good. See, that's the beautiful thing. We love that.
Okay.
So,
gorilla nests.
Gorilla nest, all up on trees.
How old?
This have been made possibly 2 months ago.
Would they ever use it again?
No. Every day they make new nests. Sleep on it.
How many of these nests would each gorilla make a nest for himself or herself?
Yeah. It's one, at least one per night per individual.
And no trouble for them to climb trees? No trouble at all?
Not the smaller ones. The big silverback, he will never go up there.
Silverbacks are the adult males that lead a group of gorillas. Too heavy to climb and nest in many trees, cross-river silverbacks mostly stay on the ground throughout the year.
If it is raining season, 90% of nests up on trees. In the rainy season. But dry season, like when with this period, all the nests be on the ground.
Finding tree nests means we're in good gorilla habitat and possibly getting close.
This is the nest where they woke up yesterday.
This is?
There.
That's a nest right there?
Yeah, so you can see how he's constructed that one.
Oh, yeah.
Bent these over. These small trees, bent them down.
Yeah.
Taken some of the vines, put them in there, bent them round, and then he's detached
leaves
to line it with.
I'm going to check this nest out.
Sure.
And take a nap.
And there's the feces there.
Don't roll in the feces, the gorilla feces?
Yeah, you want to pick that up even? Have a look.
Pick it up? Oh, look at that, it's big.
Yeah. Oh, huge.
Holy, that's a big dookie there.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Once I go down, I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
So the gorilla would lay here.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice, huh?
The gorilla would take a nap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is nice. So they were here last night?
So they woke up here yesterday morning.
And it still smells like this?
Yeah, it was very fresh. It's not dry.
Okay.
It's moisture in the
But
atmosphere.
not last night, 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so the gorilla would just scoot down and curl up.
Yep. Probably a gorilla your size would probably make a slightly bigger nest, if we can put it politely.
I resent that. So, Pius, what's the importance of following these gorillas like this and monitoring every day? Because this is hard work, man.
Yes, this is pretty hard work, but we have made up our minds and are dedicated to do this kind of work. As we monitor gorillas every day,
yes,
it makes us to understand their biological needs. For example, how do they make their nest? Where they make their nest?
Right.
What do they feed on? Because gorillas are very elusive, we only have to follow them and get indirect signs.
Right.
Like the nest you are sleeping on.
Right.
It's an indirect signs.
But the WCS scientists have been able to do some direct science by using camera traps hidden throughout the forest. From both indirect and direct observation, they know that gorillas are a keystone species here and serve as an indicator of just how healthy this forest is. They also know they're the gardeners of the forest. They're eating all this vegetation and fruit, so when they travel and poop elsewhere, they reseed the forest wherever they go. Pius, what's the cultural importance of the gorillas here, too?
They have never hunted them in this region.
Really?
They have never been in a hunting.
That's
because
good.
the people believe that they are like their totems. They believe that if you kill a gorilla in this forest, automatically in the village, it is one of your relatives who is going to die.
Oh, really? It's like killing your relative.
You kill a gorilla, you are killing your relative. You are killing a gorilla in this forest, you are killing your relative. The next day, or the next 1 week, your relative is going to die.
Really?
And that is the way they believe it. There have never been any hunting or killing of gorillas.
That's great. Well, that's great. That's excellent. Nice soft gorilla.
I'm just going to have a quick look in that crop and see what they've been eating.
Okay, let me get out of the way before you do that. Okay. That's pretty cushy. Smells pretty good, too.
Okay, let's just have a quick look.
By studying gorilla scat,
wow, there's a lot. Too many seeds.
Scientists know they eat a lot of vegetation, about 40 pounds per day.
There's a seed there.
What does it smell like?
It's not unpleasant. It's not unpleasant. It smells a bit like, I suppose, horse, cow.
Pass that up here.
I want to say that
smell gorilla poop.
There feels the smell of the
Smells like horse.
Yeah.
Smells just like horse poop.
Yeah. And they're eating a similar kind of herbaceous diet to a horse. So they have massive guts for digesting a lot of low quality.
They don't get a lot of energy from that, do they?
No. It's like I'm saying. They're big, got a big gut, so that they can digest that. Like smaller primates, they would not be digesting all of that.
Yeah.
Eating more fruit. But these big gorillas with a big gut, built for digesting this low quality vegetation.
From DNA samples taken from their scat, the scientists estimate about 15 to 25 gorillas call this 20 square kilometer sanctuary home. It isn't just 20 square kilometers, it's 20 extremely rugged square kilometers. In total, we hiked 40 kilometers over 3 days, circumnavigated this bowl, stumbled up and down the deep valleys gorillas know people avoid, and still didn't see them. In fact, we sent a super qualified natural history camera crew back here to see how they'd do. After 4 weeks in the field, this is what they got. What you're hearing is the teams calling out to the gorillas, informing the gorillas of their presence. Because a surprised gorilla can be an aggressive gorilla. They can reach 400 pounds, and with incredible speed and strength, that can make for a bad encounter for the crew. But even these shots, less than 10 minutes total, doubles the amount of footage ever taken of these gorillas. One of the WCS camera traps confirmed the numbers of one of the groups in Cameroon, with a total of 8 members, with the silverback reminding everyone who's the leader. The same clip shows a gorilla missing a hand, the likely result of a poacher's snare. During their time here, our crew came upon a poacher's camp with their fire still smoldering from a meal of porcupine. They also found some of their snares. You can see just how indiscriminate they are, catching whatever fits inside that metal lasso. While taboos limit hunting of gorillas around Cameroon, poaching in other areas is a big threat. Even though they're the rarest, it's not just the cross-river gorillas that are in trouble. There are 3 other subspecies of gorilla, all found in Africa: the western lowland gorilla, the rarest gorilla, and the mountain gorilla. All gorillas are endangered, threatened by hunting, habitat loss, and infectious diseases like Ebola. So far, I only have the western lowland gorilla in the photo arc. And it doesn't look like I'm even going to get to see my next subspecies here in the wild. After 3 days and no sightings, it's time to leave Cameroon and head to the Limbe Wildlife Center, where the only captive cross-river gorilla in the world lives, and where I'll get my only chance to add it to the photo arc. On the way to the Wildlife Center, we passed through a town called Bamenda. Who knew I'd be passing through at the same time as thousands of bats? Is this common here? Is this common?
Yeah. It's common.
Holy cow. Oh, look at this. Look, here they come. That is incredible, isn't it? I'm gonna go out on the road just for a second. Look at that. Holy cow. There's thousands and thousands of them. What? Wait.
Look at this one is dead. We kill this one.
How did you kill it?
We use a rubber gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Catapult.
A catapult.
Yes, catapult.
I'll get a picture and I'll know what species it is. Hold on a second. Wow. Do you know what kind of bat that is?
This is flying dog.
Flying fox.
Flying dog.
Flying dogs.
Yeah, because when you look at the face, it's like that of a dog.
It is. Wow, look at that. So, why did you kill him?
Well, some people do eat it.
They eat it?
Yeah. It's meat.
It's meat?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run and get a real camera. I'll be right back, okay? 1 minute. Now, this may be different or unsettling to watch. I gotta tell you, I hated seeing this. But as a photojournalist, I cover what I see. And this story's pretty simple. Bats are an important source of food and protein for some that live here.
Okay, see, they are bringing another one. Let me just go take that other one.
Okay. They got another one. They're coming down the road with it. Wow. But I mean, bats always carry a viral load. Always. This is one way that disease gets spread to humans. Do you ever get sick from handling bats? Do you ever get sick?
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 No.
No?
You know, but it's been said that they don't eat bats because of Ebola.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because this thing like this, it migrates from different nations.
Oh, look.
Okay, you can see now.
I checked later and realized that I have this species in the photo arc already. It's actually called the straw-colored fruit bat. What I didn't realize is this is a bat with secrets. Scientists have discovered this species has actually developed resistance to Ebola. That's why biodiversity is so important. By figuring out why one species of bat is resistant to Ebola, they may figure out how we could be too. The rub is, people here eat this bat. You gotta wonder, how many cures have we eaten? What else do you lose when a species goes extinct? Well, when it comes to bats, we could be talking about losing things we like to eat and drink. Some bats are critical for pollinating and reseeding our food. They eat and spread seeds wherever they fly. Basically, they're restocking our forests. So saying goodbye to bats could mean saying goodbye to mangoes, bananas, even coffee. Everyday foods we have easy access to and have come to depend on. Here, some of the food people depend on comes from the forest. During the drive, we saw many wild animals for sale. Bushmeat is common in this part of the world. From cat-like genets to a type of small antelope called a diker. Everyone needs to eat. After 12 hours on the road, and on my last day in the country, I finally reached the Limbe Wildlife Center. And here, I met Nyong'o. This is the subspecies we spent days trying to find in the wild. She's the only cross-river gorilla in human care in the world, and this is my chance to add her subspecies to the photo arc. So were you here when she came to the refuge here?
Yes, I was here when Nyong'o came here.
And why did she come here? Where was her mother?
The mother was killed by hunters.
Okay. So somebody had her at their house then?
Yes, the American missionary have her in their house like a pet.
Yes.
And after she was becoming very strong, and they decided to donate her to the Limbe Wildlife Center.
Okay.
By then she was about 4 years old.
Okay. And how old is she now?
She's about 26 years.
And there are no other cross-river gorillas in captivity?
She's the only one in the whole world.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, she's pretty special, huh? She seems very sweet.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Yeah, and she works for banana chips.
Exactly, she loved them.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Nyong'o. Yeah, mama. I'll pass. Nyong'o.
Wow, right where you told her.
Yeah, mama.
Let's not copy.
Take out. Yango.
Okay, so now we need to open up the other one.
Yeah.
This is gonna work because she's really responsive to food. So this is great. Okay. She's looking up into the light. Very nice. She's given us a few chances, not a ton. Given us a few. All we need is really one really good one. Mango. Mango. I'm feeling great about it. Yeah, it looks great. So yeah, I'm really happy. This really went well.
Yango, take.
Well, thank you for everything today.
You're welcome.
Really did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's so sweet.
She's so sweet.
I came to Cameroon to get the Cross River gorilla into the Ark. But it wouldn't be an Ark trip if I hadn't found a few other surprises. On my way to Nyongo, I photographed a giant slippery frog, this red tree frog, and her mate, a red-eared guenon, and of course, those remarkable dung beetles. Turns out they clean up pretty nice, and we got 4 new species, all from that single pile of dung. But the biggest prize, of course, was Nyongo. I always say that I'm in a race to get to species before they go extinct. This time was no truer. 8 months after I met Nyongo, she passed away. Just 300 Cross River gorillas remain, spread out in vulnerable pockets in Nigeria and Cameroon. This was likely the last chance I'll ever have to photograph a Cross River gorilla. But if the scientists up in the forest are successful, maybe they'll thrive and I'll have another chance to see them in the wild. And as the Ark grows, so did the distances between my home and new species. Over the past few years, I've found myself in all corners of the planet, with each shoot often more urgent than the last. But through it all, I remain hopeful. People around the world are working hard to save these creatures, one species at a time. It smells fresh and clean. My job is to give these animals a voice. So I'll keep taking pictures, reminding people that as other species go away, so could we.